Okay.
Let's also look and focus a little more on party politics. I mean, just yesterday we heard that former governor of Sokoto State, Asahiru Bafarawa, has defected to the PDP. How are you managing the crisis, that has emerged from the mergers that you have and the defection of the governors from the PDP into the APC?
You see, we were not under any illusion that there won't be ripples. When the moment we embarked on the merger in the first instance, we knew that political calculations, personal ambitions, and permutations were bound to be altered. But what we expected was that a lot of our leaders would put personal interest behind public and national interest. Many of the people who are unhappy with the situation, especially the coming into the party of the 5 PDP governors, largely is because they feel that the coming into the APC of these governors has altered, their preeminence in the party or their chances of being returned as governors. Well, in any business, what you call profit is a profit after tax. What is happening today, I think, is that in a few weeks' time, we are going to really have probably a few more may leave, but by the time, in about a month or so, I really know what our strength is.
I really like that profit after tax, but in the whole of it, it must be a shaky moment for the APC because you needed your presence in all geopolitical zone.
Oh, I think you see, if we poaching from PDP, we'll be very naive not to expect PDP also to retaliate. That's where I see it. But I must say that we rather have a Wamako with us. If the choice between Wamako and Bafarawa, really would have wanted both of them to be with us. But if we had to make a choice, we'd rather prefer Wamako to Bafarawa.
And Shekarau?
Pardon?
What about former Governor Shekarau?
Like I said, we'd rather have both of them with us. But you see, what we can't be accused of, we don't want to be guilty of double standards. And this point must be made clear here. When we were making guidelines for the interim ESCO, we said in the interim, the governors in our states, in APC, then 11, would drive the process. It was acceptable to many people because there were only 11 governors. But when we were negotiating with the 5 former PDP governors, we promised them that whatever privileges their counterparts in APC enjoyed would be extended to them. So we are bound by our word. This didn't go down well in states where we had former governors. But I think by honor we have to respect our own agreement.
Now, also looking at criticism, coming from that quarter, that you have demonized members of the PDP and yet you go shopping, into the PDP for members to, make your party full as well. How does it make your own party any different?
You see, I've had this criticism, and honestly, I will use an example, if for instance, because I will use my religion, which is Islam, as an example. If a guy around my area used to smoke, he didn't used to pray regularly, he was actually, he was actually a rascal, and now decides to come and accept Islam, and I'm the imam in the mosque. Will I say because he had been smoking marijuana before that I will not accept him? He's coming into my mosque or into Islam. Will it change the doctrines or tenets of Islam? Now go back to the PDP governors coming. We have our manifesto, we have our creed, we have our constitution. They can't change it, they can't alter it. On the contrary, they can only come in, join us, and do what we are doing, which already is happening in Kano and Kwara states. Kano State on Johnny APC declared free education. Kwara State is now creating 5,000 jobs for the youth. So I don't think this thing it's some criticism. No.
Let me take you back to your press release about the filibustering. In the third paragraph, you said it was yielding results. But in the last paragraph, you say they should go on with that directive. So if it's yielding results, why are you asking them to continue? Does it mean that whether it's yielding results or not?
Then you see in the preceding paragraph, we said we do not know whether this was Efren Gbajabena was there, Senator Akume was there, Senator Gaya was there, Kawu, the deputy minority leader was there, Osage was there. It was an extended, Senator Ngige was there. It was an extended ESCO at which all stakeholders were consulted. General Buhari was there. Everybody was there. So they cannot say we did not consult with them. No, we did.
But you say this is a tool, filibustering is allowed, but there's no filibustering in the House of Representatives in the United States.
I'm not aware of whether you make a distinction between Senate and House of Representatives. We call it Congress. Now, I know that on more than one occasion, Obama's bills have been filibustered. The last
in the Senate or in the House of Representatives?
Whichever house it is, does not matter. But it depends. You see, in the House of Representatives today, budget, for instance, has to go through the House of Representatives. Secondly, all public bills have to go through House of Representatives. We're not confining ourselves to just confirmation of ministers or confirmation of service chiefs. We're talking about,
Yeah, but focusing on the budget, because there's no filibustering in the House of Reps, it's in the Senate. So one would have thought that since you're adopting the same process, you would have somewhat restricted it to the Senate, the same way it's being done in the U.S.
No. Yeah, then we're not here. Both houses must pass a bill.
Now, the reason I say that is because bills considered in the U.S. Senate under the budget reconciliation process is not subject to filibustering.
No, then that's the situation in Nigeria. Check the constitution.
No, but if we're trying to see, because this is a tool.
It's a simple tool of non-cooperation.
It says that the tool of non-cooperation, you don't extend it to the budget.
Why not?
No, but that's what it's not extended to the budget because of their processes. Because it's such a sensitive document.
No. There's no document more sensitive than the lives and security of Nigerians. This point we're making. What's sensitive about the budget?
Nothing about the budget. Nothing. No big deal about it.
Now, what's sensitive about the budget? This budget not saying that this amount of the government is going to spend in a year. This is for education. This is for agriculture. And we're saying that people are dying daily in River State. We're saying that there's anarchy in River State that could spread elsewhere. We said that already in Gombe. It spread to Gombe, where all our party emblems, our party beavers have been put down. And you are talking about the budget. The sanctity and unity of this country. We use filibustering on any issue to make sure that the anarchy in River State is stopped.
But the other implication of that decision by the APC is that now the budget will no longer be considered
provided the president refuses
what else
to restore law and order in Rivers. What does it take?
Let me get the question in large properly so we'll understand it. I'm trying to say that the implication is that the budget may no longer be considered on its merits or demerits. It will now be looked at as a political tool. Because if PDP members are saying, okay, if APC wants to block it, what we will do is we will tell our members, pass it expressly, no matter how good or bad or the benchmark issues are. And then the APC members will have the mindset that, yes, we're here to block it.
No, they don't have the number, they don't have the numbers.
How many members do you have? They say the deputy majority leader in the House of Hereb says, look, the budget doesn't require a simple majority. No. So whether APC members stay away, we will pass the budget.
Then let them try that and see. But you see, don't miss the point. We are not filibustering for the sake. No. We're not withdrawing our assent for.
But that's the way it looks. If you don't apply it properly, the way it's been applied, where you copied it from, why wouldn't they say you're applying it the wrong way?
You see, you see, when you look at our constitution, might look similar. The operation differs in some minor respects. Now, don't forget that when we took the decision, we had our own leaders in both Senate and House of there, and they would have advised us if we were doing the wrong thing. Two, is that you are forgetting the real issue. The issue is that we want anarchy to be stopped in rivers.
Yes, but you have to approach it in a way that people will not fault it.
Now,
but now that almost all the parties, even those who are supposed to be...
Who are the parties? Is it
are they not parties?
For crying out loud, who did PDP work for in Anambra State? Was it not ABGA? Who did PDP work for in this? Was it not Labour? Labour and ABGA are just extensions of PDP.
So why then do you say you have majority in the House, assuming Labour and ABGA support the PDP in the House?
Because as a matter of fact, today, what we have done in the House is that even when we gave the undecided to PDP, we still had the majority.
All right, interesting. I'm afraid we'll have to let it go now because there's some more matters we would have liked to bring up with Elijah, but oh dear, time just flew on us. But I'd like to thank you very much indeed for coming on. Elijah Mohammed is the interim publicity secretary of the APC. Well, let's flip over to the headlines. Adeshawa Josh is standing by. Morning, Adeshawa.